welcome you all to this NAHEP-CAST sponsored workshop on intellectual property rights organized by ICR, Indian Agriculture Research Institute, New Delhi. I would like to extend a special welcome to our esteemed guests of today's gathering, Dr. Anuradha Agarwal ma'am, National Coordinator of NAHEP-CAST, Dr. Vishwanathan sir, Joint Director Research, ICR IARI, Dr. Akriti Sharma ma'am, in charge ZTM and BPD unit, ICR IARI. Dr. Rondi Kumar sir, Principal Scientist, Division of Plant Pathology. Your presence here today is a testament to the importance of this workshop and the crucial role which intellectual property rights play in the advancement of agriculture research and innovation. NAHEP-CAST organizes various lectures and training programs useful for the student and to the facility in providing a platform for strengthening educational and research activities of postgraduate and doctoral students. As a part of CAST program, today we are here to learn something more about IPR. Intellectual property rights are legal protection for creations of the mind such as invention, literary and artistic works, symbols, names, and images used in commerce. IPR is vital for promoting innovation and ensuring that creators can benefit from their work, thereby encouraging further advancements and contributing to the economic growth. Today's workshop aims to provide comprehensive insights into various aspects of IPR and its application in the agriculture sector. We are fortunate enough to have an outstanding lineup of experts who will share their knowledge and experiences with us today. Our morning session will begin with a presentation on the basics of intellectual property rights by Dr. Sakshi Gupta ma'am. Following that, we will have a session on copyright and patent rights in India and PPV FRA. To end up the morning session, we have a lecture from Mr. Rahul Bagga, founder and managing director of Omira, on copyrights and industrial designs in agriculture. After that, post-lunch, we have a hands-on session on prior art search by Dr. Geetika, ZTM and BPD unit IARI. Lastly, to wrap up this session, we will hear from Dr. Usha Rao, Deputy Controller of Patents at the Indian Patent Office on the legal issue of patents in India. I hope that this workshop will be an enriching experience for all the participants, providing valuable knowledge and practical insights that will aid in our ongoing efforts to protect and leverage intellectual property in agriculture. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to one and all to this session today. Thank you. To start with, now I would like to invite Dr. Akriti Sharma ma'am, a distinguished expert in intellectual property rights and technology commercialization. She has been a part of RKVY project and currently serving as the in charge of the ZTM and BPD unit at ICR IARI. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Lohita. And just to make a little more for this inaugural, I would request my team, Shipra, to please get the plant pot over here. And I request our Joint Director Research, Vishwanathan sir, to please present a plant pot to Anuradha madam. I also request Andi Kumar sir to please present a plant pot to Joint Director Research, Dr. C. Vishwanathan. So coming back to what we were discussing and what Lohita was mentioning about intellectual property rights, since you all are here, I believe that you all understand the importance of IPRs, right? And that is something which we try to, inculcate amongst the students since the very beginning of their careers and since the very beginning of their study life, I should say. Because when you enter over here in with your MSc, specifically when we are talking about mechanization and other streams where the patents are of extreme importance, and with their PG research only, this whole intellectual property and the innovation game starts. So there we try to ask our students to think about certain measures through which they can really work upon the real innovations which could actually be utilized by the market. Because we know that for patents specifically, novelty, and of course there are three criteria, but I'll just talk about novelty and the utility over there in the with the industry or the market, right? So those two are the major important criteria that we are looking for when we are applying for any patent. So I request you, since there are plenty of experts who will be dealing and who will be discussing about what all are the intellectual property rights and what rights are actually relevant to the students of agriculture, whether patents are applicable in which different disciplines, or PPVF are applicable in genetics and other variety development disciplines and all that stuff. So but I urge you personally that if you are a student in the PhD first year or a second year, try to look at your research project as one of the specific endeavors where you can just think about that whether whatever I'm going to do or whatever problem has been given to me that has any kind of IP, any prospects of IP development or not, whether that would be useful for the market or for the industry or not. So those kinds of insights should be there at the very beginning of your research project, because that is actually going to lead to the innovative products or something which would be utilized by the market in the near future. Otherwise, that would be something which would be bound in a thesis and remain in the library. Are you getting my point? So that needs to be done. And if you are the people who are in the third year or something, how to crisply, or how to convert the research that you are doing into such a direction so that you can end up generating some IPR that would be beneficial for the industry or beneficial for the farmers. Because by industry we don't mean that industry would be our ultimate user for that particular product or for that particular invention that you'll be making. Rather, that would be the farmers. Right? So through industry, we are reaching out to farmers through either by the commercialization activity or by any other means, if we are going to do any kind of, agreement or any kind of collaboration with the industry. So that would be actually proving to be an important contribution from your side for the development of or for changing the face of Indian agriculture. So I urge you all to please pay attention to all the lectures that are being given over here. And in the post-lunch session, you have to bring your laptops also so that you can have a hands-on prior art search, and that would be actually beneficial for you when you are going to either design your research work, or you are going to get along with that, or you have reached to a certain milestone that how this patenting activity is taking a shape across the borders, and where are we standing and what we need to do next, right? So that needs to be crystal clear in your mind and structured in your mind. So with these words, thank you so very much, everyone on the dais who has come over here, and thanks to all of you, and thank you to my team, specifically Sakshi, Gitika and Shipra, who have done tremendous efforts for this. Thanks one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable talk. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Ondi Kumar sir, Principal Scientist, Division of Plant Pathology, to give a brief about the training program conducted under this project.
So, very good morning to all of you. Most respected Dr. Anuradha Agarwal, she's one of the pillars of this project, supporters of our all activities. Dr. Vishnathan, PA of this project, Dr. Akruti, who is conducting this program under Zonal Technology Mission Unit of IRI, all students. This is the second time we are conducting this workshop. The first workshop we conducted 2 weeks before, and we had around 70 students. and there were overwhelming response. We thought we can have one more program to accommodate the rest of the students who could not be accommodated in the previous session. So I'm happy to see that around 60 students have registered, and almost most of them are sitting here to witness to this program. Those who are not too familiar about this particular activity, the project, I think I'm seeing some students from outside IRA sitting here for the benefit of all of you. This activity is conducted under a project which is sanctioned to IRA in 2018. That is a project called NAHP. I do not know how many of you really know about it. That is National Agricultural Higher Education Project. So under this project, we have been doing a lot of activities for the benefit of students. And just on Friday only, we concluded one of the 10 days programs, 35th 10 days program we conducted on, we concluded on Friday. So today we are assembled here once again to start another activity. This is a workshop on IPR, and this is a back-to-back program. Second time we are doing it. Under this project, in addition to the core genomic related aspects that we conducted in for the benefit of many students coming from different universities and SAUs, these workshops are also very important. One-day workshops are very focused and they are to the point. So what we found, these one-day workshops would create an ideal platform for the students to enrich their knowledge. So under this one-day workshop, in the past also we conducted many one-day programs, mostly with the help of industries, just to train the students on use of particular equipment. So many high-end equipments we have procured under this project that is housed in a facility called Discovery Center. And for the benefit of all the students to make use of the facility, we conducted several one-day workshops. This workshop is very special because this is one area most of the students are not quite comfortable. So we thought we can utilize the platform to let you know about the intricacies of seeking what is called as a legal protection on our intellectual property rights. So I don't want to elaborate more on these IPRs because the speakers are going to come and they are going to deliver lectures. I'm sure these lectures would really enrich your knowledge on IPR. So with that, I thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity to narrate about the activities what we conducted under this project. And this is one more addition, and perhaps this is the last program what we are going to conduct under this project. So you are really privileged to be a part of this particular workshop. So I once again welcome all of you and actively participate, and good luck to you for the rest of the day. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for briefing about this project. Now I would like to now please, the participants, please introduce about yourself briefly, your name and the place from where you're coming, and your department.
In which discipline you are doing your work. You can start from there. After Sakshi.
I am K. Satyasthiran from Tamil Nadu, and I am doing PhD in Division of Plant.
I am Vijayashree Gehlot from Bikaner, Rajasthan, and I am pursuing PhD from ICRIM from Division of Plant Pathology. Mehuli from Division of Plant Pathology.
My name is Ayush Kumar from Punjab, and I am doing PhD in Food Science from Department of Food Science.
My name is Jagdish Chawla. I am from Rajasthan, Division of Food Science, PhD second year. I am Parth Jadhav from Maharashtra, and I am doing PhD third year in the Division of Food and Horticulture Technology. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Bharti, and I'm doing PhD from the thesis at JU. Good morning, I'm Sarita Kumari, PhD second year computer application from ISRI.
Good morning, everyone. I am Ritik Sarkar from Division of Entomology and belongs to West Bengal. And I am doing X-ray.
Good morning, everyone. I am Govind Goswami. I am from West Bengal. I am
I'm doing PhD first year from Division of Entomology.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir. I am Shuman Babu from West Bengal. I am from Division of Entomology.
Good morning, ma'am, and good morning, sir. I am Gaurav Chaudhary. I am doing my MTech in Agriculture Engineering Division in Farm Machinery and Power Engineering, and I am from Assam.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. My name is Anjani Kumar Yadav. I'm a PhD first year scholar. I am from Uttar Pradesh. Currently doing PhD in Division of Agriculture Engineering.
Morning, ma'am. I am Gauri. I belong to Maharashtra. I am from Agriculture Engineering. Good morning, everyone. Myself Himada. I am from Tripura. Division of Agriculture. Good morning, one and all. Myself Piyusha Matondkar. I am from Maharashtra. I am PhD first year student in Division of Agriculture Engineering, ICR Ireland, New Delhi. Good morning, all. I am Anne Teresa Jose. I am from Kerala. I am PhD second year student in Soil Science Division. Good morning, everyone. I am Pooja Kamo. I am from Arunachal Pradesh and I am doing PhD from Division of Soil Science. Good morning, everyone. My name is Shubha Maurya. I am from Uttarakhand and currently I am pursuing PhD in Division of Food Science. Good morning, everyone. I'm Renu Kumari and I'm from Jharkhand. I'm pursuing PhD fourth year from the Division of Molecular Biology and Biotechnology.
Good morning, one and all. My name is Nupur Rishikesh. I am from Assam. And currently I am pursuing my PhD in Molecular Biology and Biotechnology. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Vinod Kumar, and I am pursuing PhD second year from Microbiology and Biotechnology, NITB, IIM.
Good morning, everyone. I am Jeet Roy. I am from West Bengal. Currently I am pursuing my PhD fourth year under the Molecular Biology and Biotechnology division.
Good morning, everyone. I am Anindita Barua. I am from West Bengal. And currently, I am pursuing my PhD from Molecular Biology and Biotechnology Division, NIPT, PhD third.
Good morning, one and all. I am Soma Chakravarti. I am from West Bengal, and I am pursuing my PhD first year in the Division of Molecular Biology and Biotechnology.
Good morning, everyone. I am Rejav. I am from West Bengal. Currently, I am doing PhD in Molecular Biology and ICR NIPB.
Good morning, everyone. Myself Sudhir Vishnoi. I am from Rajasthan, and I am pursuing PhD first year in Division of Molecular Biology and Biotechnology.
Good morning, everyone. I am Ripali from Andhra Pradesh. Currently, I am pursuing my PhD from Division of Technology. Good morning, everyone. My name is Vidya Murthy. I am from Andhra Pradesh. I am pursuing PhD first year from Division of Entomology. Good morning, everyone. I am Varsha Sharma. I am the MSc second year student from Department of Chemistry, University of Delhi.
Good morning, everyone. I am Priyanshu. I am from Uttar Pradesh. I am pursuing master's degree from MSc Chemistry in the University of Delhi.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Abhilaksh. I'm MSc final year student in Department of Chemistry, University of Delhi.
Good morning, everyone. I am Arnav Thakur from Bikaner, Rajasthan. Currently, I am doing PhD in Soil Science Division, IRI. Thank you. Good morning, all. My name is Ilamovar. I am from Tamil Nadu. Currently, I am pursuing PhD third year in Division of Biology. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am Soumya Priya. I am from Tamil Nadu. Currently, I am pursuing PhD third year in Division of Molecular Biology and Biotechnology.
Good morning, Varana. I am Srikant. Currently pursuing a PhD third year in Division of Floriculture and Lab.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Sandesh from Karnataka, presently pursuing my PhD under the Division of Agriculture.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jaychan. I am from Ladakh. Currently pursuing PhD from Floriculture and Landscape Division. Good morning. Currently, I am pursuing PhD from Division of Floriculture and Landscaping, IRA in New Delhi. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Hattari Vittal. I am from Telangana State, currently pursuing PhD second year from Division of Fruits and Horticulture Technology, IIT New Delhi.
Thank you, participants, for your brief introductions. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Vishwanathan Sir, Joint Director Research, ICR IARI, to give a brief about this program and to start the inaugural session for today's program. Welcome, sir.
A very good morning to all of you. Respected Dr. Anuradha Agarwal, National Coordinator, National Agriculture Higher Education Project, Dr. Akriti Sharma, Dr. Andy Kumar, and my dear participants and all the staff of ZTM BPD unit. A very good morning to all of you. I'm thankful to Dr. Akriti and Dr. Kumar for organizing this second training on the same topic in this last month one and this month one. And I also welcome all the students from outside IRI to this very beautiful campus. You have come at the right time. The campus is now, it is very green, and you can take a round when you get a chance and interact with, see all the other facilities that are present in and around the campus. This is, we have some more program in this series. So we have one program on the scientific writing that we are waiting for the time from the Springer Nature. They told they will confirm maybe after 15th before 25th we will have a training, a workshop on the scientific writing. So that will be our next program. So I request a more number of students from IRI and other universities to participate, and also Kumar to circulate so that we get more number of participants from at least from the NCR region other than IRI also. So as Akriti told, the intellectual property rights are very important, and if we see the protection of intellectual property right, especially agriculture universities and ICR, we are very poor in protecting our intellectual property right. And I think during the director conference for ADG IPTM, she has made one presentation. In that we have seen that some of the universities, they file so many number of IP protection which is equal to the total number of IPs that are filed by ICR so far. So I think we should be more proactive, and I am happy to note that students from different disciplines, they are interested in this workshop to understand the basics of intellectual property rights, so that you can study more in deep and protect your IP. Madam, the Zonal Technology Management Unit, Dr. Akriti organizes this kind of workshop to scientists and students regularly. Last year also they organized workshop for the students and scientists. Recently the number of IP filing is slightly increasing at IRI, but I am sure that there is a lot of potential to file more intellectual property right protection, either in terms of patent, copyright, or trademark, or various other means. Madam, in the recent past, we also registered all our varieties in Plant Varieties Protection and Farmers' Right Authority. All the varieties released are raised. For some of the fruit crops, we are also the initiating wherever already the dust character or registration procedure is not there, we are initiating, so that all our varieties that are released are protected. Otherwise, mainly in the horticulture crops which are propagated clonally, often the same varieties which is released by one institute is sold by many private vendors in different name. So in this context, IP protection is very important. So IP protection is not only to earn money or to get one the patent or copyright in your name. It is also important to use the knowledge that is generated from your research by equitable means. The owner of the IP can decide whether the outcome can be used for the benefit of society at a very low cost, at no cost. You can give your IP free to all the users. But if you don't protect the IP, if any the third party can take that IP and they can develop product and sell it to the consumers at very higher price. So in that context also, it is very important to protect the IP. And I am sure all the students, those who have present here, at least file one IP from their thesis work, then that I think I will consider it as success of this workshop. Thank you very much. I welcome once again Dr. Anuradha Madam for sparing her valuable time. Indeed, we are really very thankful. So whenever we request, she spares her valuable time to present before the present among the student to motivate them, and for this we are very thankful to you, madam. So with this, I welcome all of you for this training program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to extend a special welcome to our esteemed guest, Dr. Anuradha Agarwal ma'am, who has been always there in most of the training programs whenever possible, and she's been very kind enough in motivating all the students. I welcome you, ma'am.
A very good morning to all. Most respected Dr. Vishwanathan, Joint Director of this prestigious IRI Institute and PI of the NAHEP project. Dr. Akriti Sharma, in charge ZTM and BPD unit of the IRI, and subject expert in today's gathering on the days. Dr. Andy Kumar, a very active co-PI and principal scientist of this very division. All the organizers from the ZPT and BPD unit, and most importantly, participants from IRI and those from my previous alma mater, Delhi University. A very warm welcome to you all. And on behalf of NAHEP, thank you for joining this workshop and helping us in our endeavor to increase the quality of education in the country, especially in the agriculture university systems. A little bit was told about NAHEP by Dr. Andy Kumar. I will not add to that because I will today like to focus on IPR per se. Now, how I understand one of you is already going to become a IP officer in the patent office. A big round of applause for her. So, I don't normally give speeches. I like to have interactive sessions. Can you tell us what motivated you to take the exam and adopt it as a line of profession? You're pursuing your PhD, right? So what motivated you to move towards that line? Who was the guiding factor, or was it a random event?
Actually, we are doing research, but ultimate aim is to get patent for that novel work. So I am in biotech department, so I want to, I'm more interested in the patent related work. So I studied for this exam and I.
So who guided you for that?
No, ma'am, self.
Excellent. A big round of applause for the young lady. However, I will differ with one statement you have made, that when we are doing research, and I think all of us are in the domain, please sit, in the domain of research, our ultimate aim is to get a patent. Is that our ultimate aim? Because patent or copyright or trademark or any other form of IPR, what is the ultimate aim in that? To put it very simply and in Hindi, it is a quid pro quo between the inventor or the creator and the society, right? एक हाथ ले और एक हाथ दे. अगर मैंने, if I have invented something new which will benefit the society, if I've invented a washing machine that takes away the labor for all the women and many dhobis in the country, I should be rewarded for it in exchange of telling my formula for designing that washing machine. Okay? That is the ultimate aim of every IPR. To benefit the society. Keep that in mind. And already Dr. Akriti mentioned, we as agricultural scientists or even students of biology, one of our major clients are the farmers. So whatever IP that we seek or we create should ultimately, of course, benefit us, but it should also benefit the society and to a large extent the farming community. So that is the ultimate aim of any IPR. So do you know, before IPRs were formalized and codified, how did people benefit from their intellectual outputs? All of you would have heard the story of the Coca-Cola. Is that right? Does anybody want to share the story with me? So Coca-Cola was produced in the late 17th century by a gentleman. He formulated the syrup to which you can add carbonated water and you get this wonderful drink called Coca-Cola. All of us have had it, right? You have many modern versions of it. Now this Coca-Cola formula was created by the founder of the company called Asa Candler, and he kept it shredded in a veil of secrecy. So he would not share the formula with anybody, but before dying, he's supposed to have shared it with 4 people. And the company was handed over to one gentleman by the name of, I don't have his name, but anyway, that formula was carried forward. And throughout the production in the entire 19th and 20th century, it was kept as a trade secret. So only 1 or 2 or 3 people in the company knew what was the exact formula. And for production, they will anonymize the formula in different parts. And the people manufacturing it never knew what were the ingredients that they were adding. And it is one of the biggest business success stories in the world so far, but it was a trade secret. And initially, of course, you know, there were major ingredients like the coke, which comes from a plant called Erythroxylon cocoa, and cola, which comes from a plant called Cola nitida. So initially, Coca-Cola was made as a medicinal beverage, but because it relieved your headache and it relaxed your nerves, because it had contents like caffeine and a bit of cocaine. So of course, when people came to know that it has cocaine, then it was removed, the FDA got into the picture. Now it's all chemical based. It doesn't take its derivatives from plants. So why I told you this story was, trade secrets was the way people would make an invention and they'd make business out of it and earn a lot of money. IPRs came into the picture to have a trade-off. So this company kept the trade secret for about 2 centuries and, you know, benefited very, very largely from it. So then it was realized that if an inventor is coming forth with an invention, let him tell us the details of the invention or the details of the creation. And in exchange, we give him monopoly rights for a particular period of time. So, you know, 20 years, 15 years, depending on the type of IP, you will get a limited amount of monopoly. What do you do in that monopoly? You sell it to somebody to do the production, to do the manufacturing, so that society at large benefits from that product. So it has evolved over these centuries, and in India, I think IP laws are almost 100 years old, approximately. So we've had IP starting from patents, of course. A letter of patent would be given from the crown because that time we were being ruled by the British. And then Patent Act of 1970 came as late as 1970, but it has its genesis many decades before that. So getting the laws into place has been a more recent phenomena, especially after the imposition of the World Trade Organization's trade-related intellectual property rights. How many of you are aware of TRIPS and its implications? Have we heard of TRIPS? Anybody? Other than our friend who is going to become a patent officer? No. So it has everything to do with trade. The World Trade Organization sets rules for trade in the global level, okay? And they have dictated countries, including countries like India, to come up with proper legislations for all intellectual property rights. So we had the Patent Act in place, where earlier we used to only allow patenting of processes, but more recently we have allowed patenting of products. And that is under the pressure of the TRIPS, because they want all countries to have equal footage in terms of protection of these IPs. Because ultimately it's all about money. Intellectual property rights is all about business and money. So while as researchers we feel very proud that we have patent, ultimately if it doesn't convert into business, it doesn't give you much. Okay. So what IPRs do is to encourage innovation, encourage original thinking, encourage creative thinking in exchange for rewarding the person or the set of people doing it. So during the day you will be hearing from all the experts the various categories of patents, various categories of IPs, starting from patents to copyrights to plant breeders' rights. For us, plant breeders' rights are important. So are geographical indication of goods. And as mentioned by Dr. Vishwanathan, the Protection of Plant Varieties and Farmers' Right Act. Obliquely, although it's not an IP, the Biological Diversity Act is important for students of biology and agriculture. So I'll just tell you a few interesting case studies. Now, in agriculture, what are the kind of patents we are seeking? Mostly plant breeders' rights, right? So all of us have heard about genetically modified organisms, the excitement that comes with it, and also the controversy that comes with it. So in India, we were not having the legislation to approve GM crops till very recently, of course, a few decades ago. Now we have guidelines in place for allowing gene-edited crops to come into place. All these things come with a lot of IP protection in the background. While we talk of IP in agriculture, we also need to worry a little about traditional knowledge, right? Developing countries like India, especially, have a lot of traditional knowledge, which is equally important for the benefit of the society as our modern day inventions and discoveries. Now, therefore, a country like India requires a balance between IPR as well as protection of traditional knowledge. All of us have heard about the neem controversy, patenting of neem. Anybody aware over here? Yes, what do you know about it? You're from the ZPT MU unit or you're a student? Okay, good, very good. Acha, that's very good. Give her a big hand. So the neem, all of us would have had mothers and grandmothers telling us to use the neem leaves boil the neem leaves and take a bath whenever we have skin allergy, right? And if you're gardening enthusiasts or agriculture students, you will know that neem, powdered neem leaves or the oil or the fruits are very, very beneficial as anti-fungicides, right? It's a general antiseptic and anti-fungicide. I don't know, how many of you have grandmothers who have told you about the benefits of neem? Yeah, so all of us do. Because traditionally, over the centuries, we have been using neem as a insect repellent, biocide, fungicide, every kind of antiseptic use. So this company in the US went ahead and patented the use of the molecule azadirachtin as a fungicide, and then it stopped companies in India to make the fungicide for that particular use because they had the patent. So then the government of India, the CSIR, many organizations including NGOs got into action and fought the patent at the global level. Patents, are territorial, they are geographical. If I take a patent in India, it is only valid in India. If I need to take it in another country, I need to go and apply over there. Okay, you'll get to know the details during the workshop today. So that patent was fought very, very seriously. It took a very long time. And what was importantly realized was that traditional knowledge, which is like word of mouth knowledge, needs to be documented and codified. So that case has prompted a system like Traditional Knowledge Digital Library from the CSIR to come and document all the traditional knowledge, do its scientific verification so that it becomes prior art. Prior art is a word you will be hearing during the day quite often, meaning to say something that already exists, some knowledge that already exists, some use that already exists. If that is there, then you cannot claim that use as a novel use. And in most of the IPs, you need to show novelty. Okay, originality, novelty, something like that. Similar was the case with basmati. So basmati rice, as we all know as students of agriculture, is one of our premium products. Why basmati rice is so premium is because it fetches 3 times the price of any other rice that we have, and we have more than 50,000 rice types in the country, okay, including all the local land races, etc., etc. So, but it is the basmati rice which fetches the premium price because of its aroma, because of its texture, because of its long grains. And why it fetches the prices? For 2 reasons. One is the name basmati. Basmati means sugandhi, and also the area in which it is grown, it gives it a geographical indication advantage. So we all are aware of geographical indications. You cannot call any wine as champagne or any whiskey as Scotch whiskey unless it grows in that particular geography. In India, we have a huge list of geographical indications, and basmati rice is one of them. So the basmati rice, because of the name, fetches its premium price. Now somebody again in the US patented something called as Texmati. Okay, although it didn't call it basmati, but still it was sounding similar to basmati. So again, the Indian government went into court and got the patent revoked. So I am giving you these examples to tell you how important a particular IP can become at a global level. So that's the kind of relevance IP holds. And if as students, especially of research, you realize it's important, you will not only try to get the patent, you will also try to take it forward to the market and, end up into a good kind of a business venture, entrepreneurship, startup, or whatever. So don't keep your target till getting a patent. Keep your target at utilizing that patent on a large scale. That's my message. Now, there are many cases which we can quote, but I will just tell you something related to copyrights. As students of research, what do we understand by copyrights? Would anybody like to share their views with me? What do you understand by copyright? Nobody? No, that's a very simple question. You're here for an IP workshop. Is it the right to copy or not? Anybody? Okay, so copyright is something that comes into place. Suppose I have created an essay or a paper or a book. I, as an author, have a complete copyright over my original work. If you want to use my work for any purpose, you need to take permission from me. Okay? Now, normally when we are publishing papers, how many of you have published papers in an international journal? Nobody reached that stage as yet?
Raise your hand.
Right. Which journal or which publisher did you publish it with? Okay. Did they ask you to sign a copyright form at the final stage? Did you read the details of the copyright form? Okay. None of us do. Don't feel guilty. Okay.
Nobody did. The insurance paper.
But it has a meaning. You are signing away your copyright to the publisher so that he can reproduce, he can republish, he can sell your work and earn profit out of it. This is a very basic things which we are never taught while we are doing PhD, unfortunately. The moment you sign the copyright, you have given away all your rights on that work. It's for the publisher to make money out of it. But why we do it? Because we have to submit our thesis and 2 papers is a minimum requirement. And I am going to address this at a higher level now, sir. That UGC and ICR requires that PhD students publish one and submit 2 papers at least, right? 1 each. Now, if your work is wonderful enough to get a patent, if you publish your work, you can't take a patent. So how do we resolve this situation? No, we must have a discussion on this. Especially people in position like Dr. Akriti and even our JDR sir must flag this issue with the degree awarding authorities. If a student has to write a patent and he publishes it already, there is no point. Because first rule for getting a patent is your work is not disclosed publicly. That's what the patent officer searches. Whether the information is already available in public domain. Okay. So once you publish, it is in public domain and then it becomes prior art. Even if you are yourself the author, you cannot make a claim of patent over it. So this is one of the paradoxes we need to resolve. While we are telling students that please patent, we are not telling them the methodology. So we need to brainstorm on that. Yes. So your data should not be available in any public document, be it annual report, be it your regular publications or any form of, and even if you are giving a lecture and showing your data, it comes into public domain. So you have to be a little secretive till you file your patent, and 18 months after the patent is filed, automatically it gets published, right? So that's the time to disclose to the world. So while we are encouraging you to write patents, you cannot do it until you finish your PhD and then do some new research and then patent it. Okay, that's how it's unfortunately going to be. Anyway, coming back to copyrights. So copyright is not the right to copy. It is a copyright that the author gets for creating something new. Now, how many of you have heard? So it also applies to, you know, photography, filmography, etc., etc., etc. You must have heard about how people write novels and then they sell their novels to the filmmakers. Filmmakers make film out of it. You know, that chain of copyright is very long. And then people sue each other that you've infringed my copyright if, you know, if money is not settled well or if there is some issues. So copyright is very big business, especially in the artistic domain. So there is this very interesting case of the macaw monkey. Who has heard of that? Anybody? So there was this wildlife photographer by the name of David Slater. He went to the Indonesian National Park and he was doing wildlife photography, especially of the monkeys over there, the macaw monkeys. And having observed their behavior, one day what he decided, he set up his tripod and camera and he left it in a field where there were a lot of monkeys and he moved out from that area. So what the monkeys, because monkeys, as we all know, tend to imitate humans. They had been watching Slater for many days. So the moment he left the camera, the monkeys picked up the camera and they took a lot of selfies. They took photographs of each other and they took selfies. Now, one of the pictures became viral on the internet. It really became popular. And if you go and if you just Google it, you will see the picture. It's a very attractive picture of the monkey. Okay. So, and I think more than 100 pictures were captured and published all over the net. The legal question arose when Slater asked Wikimedia to take off the monkey selfie, as it was his camera that took the picture and he needs to be compensated for it. Then, of course, the matter went to the court. And finally, there was a very long litigation. And finally, what the courts in the US decided, because he was an American, that to become the owner of a copyright, one needs to be a human being. So if a monkey has taken a picture, neither the copyright belongs to the monkey, nor it belongs to the photographer whose camera was used, but it becomes a public good. And this was a huge battle went after it. And Indian jurisdiction also would have favored in that direction. Because in India also, we do not give copyrights to non-humans. If that is the case, then the question arises, in this age of AI, who's going to be the copyright owner of so many things that the AI is producing? All of you are using the AI tool in the WhatsApp? It has come recently. Yes or no? What have you created out of it? Anybody wants to share? Have you used the tool or not? Yes. Would somebody like to share how they've used it creatively? No. You're just asking questions for your papers and all that, huh? You're not using it to make a canvas of
thesis writing.
that I can understand. Nobody has used it creatively. Just try it. Tell it to create a Picasso-like picture of fruits and see what happens. It'll create an image. It's creating a new image. Okay. Now, who owns the copyright over there? Can anybody, would anybody like to guess? Sorry?
Algorithm.
So, algorithm is a non-human entity. So, who owns the copyright then? So, currently our laws, because of change in technology, especially AI, machine learning, deep learning, NLP, needs to undergo modification in this IPR domain. Ultimately, we have papers. I'm not sure whether you have seen papers where they have explicitly written A, B, C, D are the authors, and finally AI also as one of the authors because it was created with the help of AI. Similarly, many codes, many algorithms are AI based themselves. So if you do not give credit to AI, you're giving credit to those humans who have not really done much in it. So this is an ongoing debate. This is something you must address to the experts today as to what is the future of IPRs in the AI domain. Okay, it's a very interesting field. The rest of the details, of course, all your experts will tell you. On behalf of NAHEP and all the organizers, I am wishing you a very good workshop today. Please feel free to question. Don't be mute listeners. Have an interactive session so that when you go back to your respective place of research or work or whatever, you use all the little condensed knowledge that you will get for the rest of your life. Okay, IPs come into picture every day for everyone. It's just that when we don't have the realization, we never think in that direction. So my best wishes to you. And once again, I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity. Have a good workshop.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable insights and motivating the students in this area. We will surely keep these things in our mind for our ongoing and future works. Now, to support this workshop, manuals have been meticulously created by the team of experts to provide the better understanding of the concept. I would request the dignitaries on the dais to please release the training manuals. Now we will break this session for a small.
So what Madam has mentioned regarding this patent versus the publication part for the students, Madam, I want to submit that they can go ahead with the, or since I'm just announcing this on over the mic because I just want to let you know also that you can go for the provisional patenting. Once you are finalized with some of your data maybe, or some of the experiments have promised some good results, we can go ahead with the provisional filing where we get the priority date. Now the date when we file the provisional patent, after that particular day we can publish anytime with the results, and later on within 11 months we can file the complete specifications. So that is something, that is a provision that we can take when we are undergoing any kind of debate in our minds where the patenting versus publication. So patent is something which is, of course, as Madam has highlighted the importance of, which is something which is very important for all of you. And anytime if you find any difficulty regarding like what to choose, when to choose, what to do, you can always come to our unit, and we have very good patent agents and the doctorates available in the ZTMU, and we can help you out with the whatever kind of dilemma if you have in your mind. So that was my humble submission, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah.
You can clarify this point with the experts. This afternoon, Dr. Usha Rao, Deputy Controller of Patent, is going to be here. You can clarify if patenting is option in your thesis, how to do that, when to do that,
that the publication also can go until. Please clarify that.
Now we will break the session for a small tea break. The participants can have the tea outside, which is arranged near the outside area. Okay. Outside.